Good evening. On behalf of the Park Authority Board and the Park Foundation, I welcome you to these special ceremonies. Tonight is about recognizing very special people and organizations. The Elly Doyle Park Service Awards will be presented. So too, special Park Board Awards, as well as the Aiken Philanthropy Awards. We will also honor outstanding volunteers. My name is Dr. Cynthia Jacobs Carter, and I represent the Lee District on our park board. Never in my wildest dreams could I have imagined that we would be putting on this program virtually. But as the chair of the Park Authority Award Committee, I want to thank the Park Foundation for continuing their tradition of honoring those who provide tangible benefits to the community, as well as the Park Authority Board and the many staff members who collected nominations and put this program together. There are 3 hosts this evening, including Mason District Representative Ron Kendall, my committee co-chair, as well as Maggie Godbold, representing the SULLY District and our co-committee member. You will hear from each of us throughout this evening. Former President Barack Obama shared these special words about giving, stating, and I quote, "The best way not to feel hopeless is to get up, to do something, and to help others. Don't wait for good things to happen to you. If you go out and make some good things happen, you will fill the world with hope. You will fill yourself with hope." End quote. The whole world needs a good dose of hope right about now, and you are doing your part. Many of our volunteers and award recipients have already received special gifts, a resolution from the park board and a notice from local elected officials. All that is left to do tonight is to share their story with you and to mark this special occasion. We have some very special treats for you tonight. Indeed, we have a performance of the Star-Spangled Banner. It is my great pleasure to welcome the Westfield High School Chamber Singers under the direction of Mrs. Katie H. Pierce.
Oh, say, can you see by dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red rays bright with silver bursting gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us virtually. My name is Ron Kendall, and I have the distinct pleasure of serving as the Mason District Park Authority Board Representative. I want to send a big hello out to Mason District Supervisor Penny Gross, who is watching tonight. And I think it's also worthy to note that Supervisor Gross was one of the first recipients of the Elly Doyle Park Service Award many years ago. Our first speaker is the right person in the right place at the right time. He's been a stalwart leader throughout his tenure with the Park Authority, but especially during this pandemic. Park Authority Board Chairman William G. Bouie is now serving his 12th term in the leadership position. Bill is an active volunteer in the community and as well as a senior technicians executive. And he has represented the Hunter Mill District on the board since 2005. Well known for his work with youth in Northern Virginia area, Mr. Bouie remains active and involved. He served as the president of Reston Youth Baseball, assistant district administrator for Little League Baseball of Northern Virginia, was the Northern Virginia Little League Volunteer of the Year. He was selected to serve on Project Gold, a committee of the United States Olympic Committee. He is a nationally ranked racquetball player and the 3-time defending senior Olympic gold medalist. Bill is also a driving force with the One Fairfax mission. In fact, he is currently working with the county leadership to assess the community as needs that relate to equity, social justice, and our park system. Great things are to come with increased park access, provisions of programming, and for those in need, as well as new means to reach out to the community and bring new voices and faces to the table. He dedicates an enormous amount of personal time, effort, and energy to the park board. Please welcome Park Authority Board Chairman Bill Bouie.
Good evening. My name is Bill Bouie, and I have the honor of serving as the chairman of the Fairfax County Park Authority Board. Tonight, we celebrate the good deeds of park lovers, namely our volunteers and community philanthropists. Let me start with a word of acknowledgement for my fellow park board members who themselves are volunteers. Ken, Cynthia, Abena, Tim, Mike, Ron, Maggie, Faisal, Jim, Linwood, and Kyle. All great people and lovers of parks. These are stalwart individuals who have joined in our virtual leadership journey, navigating treacherous waters, remembering to unmute, figuring out the technical intricacies of how to connect to virtual conversations, and keeping our eyes on the prize as our board dealt with the tough decisions brought forth by the pandemic and its impacts on the Park Authority and on our residents. Thank you so much for your service. As Olympic and world boxing champion Muhammad Ali said, service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth. Fellow Fairfax County residents have shown in so many ways their appreciation and love for our park system, which just a year ago received the National Parks and Recreation Association Gold Medal Award for Excellence in Park Management for the 4th time. Throughout the summer, our system first closed during the national shutdown and later reopened. Record numbers of people came to our parks. Attendance has been higher than ever, verified by cell phone data, surveys, as well as park staff whose efforts have kept the parks both safe and welcoming. Clearly, people have come to the parks for the sheer pleasure of open space, trails, exercise, socially distanced gatherings, and the need to breathe fresh air and spend time with others. And did I mention that they love to play golf as well? Thank goodness for golf. Former President Gerald Ford was the eternal optimist when he wrote, "I know I'm getting better at golf because I'm hitting fewer spectators." That sounds so much like my game. People also came together to ensure our future through the support of the park bond, which will bring $100 million to the table for new facilities, renovations and expansions, support of the Maston Brook Grant Program, as well as preservation of open space. Our citizens this year gave us a 72% approval on the park bond referendum, and we thank you so much for your support. These dollars will also help us to protect our cultural and natural resources. You will see new trails, a new baseball complex designed for tournaments, the acquisition of more open space, renovated and expanded rec centers, new playgrounds, a second sheet of ice at Mount Vernon, a county-wide audit of natural resources, an environmental center, and a great place in Lorton to store and care for our artifacts. On behalf of the board, I want to thank you very much again for your support. Our world is a very different place today than it was when we held this event last November. Too many friends and relatives, people we knew at work, or within our immediate circles have been impacted by COVID-19. I myself have lost 9 friends to the COVID-19 pandemic. These losses are staggering, and we have difficult times ahead. But through it all, we seek to find a balance between the new normal and the values that we hold close and cherish, such as caring and giving back to the community, such as wearing a mask or contributing to a good cause, such as doing the right thing to promote equity and justice in our society, and by serving as a volunteer in our parks. Each of us can serve as a model for the future. We can build a better tomorrow. The park board and staff has committed to One Fairfax, not in just name, but through actions. Our park planning will bring increased park accessibility to underserved areas in this community. All matters will be looked at through an equity lens and a lens of social justice. We will find the means to serve more people in need and rewrite our policies to make sure that we are more inclusive. Even how we communicate will change to ensure our reach touches everyone in the community and that we bring new voices into the mix. These are the tenets of a bright future. The late Kobe Bryant said, "The most important thing is to try and inspire people so that they can be great in whatever they want to do." I invite you all to be a part of this evolution. Remain optimistic. Keep giving your service and your treasure. Let's create legacy from chaos and continue to build the best park system in the nation. Be well, be kind, be safe. Thank you very, very much. Congratulations to all of the winners, and have the best and the happiest of holidays.
Hi, my name is Maggie Godbold, and I have the privilege of serving on the Park Authority Board representing the SULLY District. Prior to my appointment, Hal Strickland served the board admirably, and this award is a tribute to him. Hal was all about collaboration and partnerships. He recognized that there is nothing like a great partner to make a project succeed. For example, our Adopt a Field program matches local sports leagues with our park maintenance team to keep fields in great shape and to keep the players playing. Dedicated friends groups work closely with us to improve some of our most interesting and unique sites and to provide support across the park system. Of course, we would be lost without the financial magic of the Park Foundation, whose partnerships give us summer entertainment in our parks, camp scholarships, and new amenities not supported by tax dollars. The Tysons area provides significant opportunity for successful partnerships that make sense for business and fulfill the community's need for recreation. This year's honoree exhibits the best quality of a partner. Let's learn more.
The Harold L. Strickland Partnership and Collaboration Award was established in honor of the retiring park board members' long service and significant contributions to the Park Authority. In the spirit of Strickland's accomplishments, this award recognizes the value and importance of the teamwork and cooperation necessary to provide state-of-the-art facilities in Fairfax County parks, often at limited, reduced, or no capital expense to the taxpayer. The Meridian Group is this year's 2020 Harold L. Strickland Partnership and Collaboration Award honoree for its work on Quantum Field and Tysons. The real estate equity investment and development company partnered with the Fairfax County Board of Supervisors and the Fairfax County Park Authority to assure that a recreation area would be a component of the borough. Meridian's transit-oriented live-work-play neighborhood in Tysons. Company representatives worked with county staff on a proffer agreement that turned a former parking area into a multi-sport athletic field. Through this unique partnership between developers and park planners, Meridian agreed Quantum Field would be operated by the Park Authority and built in accordance with FCPA standards. The agreement stipulated that Meridian would maintain ownership of the property and grant an easement to the Park Authority, outlining the terms of maintenance and operation of the field. Congratulations to the Meridian Group for being this year's Harold L. Strickland Partnership and Collaboration Award honoree.
On behalf of the Meridian Group, thank you Fairfax County Park Authority for recognizing our partnership and collaboration efforts. We are passionately committed to transforming Tysons into a diverse, mixed-use neighborhood that embraces active recreation in an urban lifestyle. The project was complicated and challenging to deliver, but with a collaborative, team-oriented approach, we were able to deliver an incredible neighborhood amenity to Tysons.
On behalf of the Meridian Group, it is an honor to receive the Harold L. Strickland Partnership and Collaboration Award. Thank you.
Sally Ormsby was tenacious and passionate in her love and respect for a healthy environment. She knew that one person could make a tremendous difference, and she worked hard to encourage citizen stewards in Fairfax County. With the environment, even small changes can make a big difference. In the book, Silent Spring, naturalist and author Rachel Carson writes this telling passage, and I quote, "We stand now where two roads diverge, but unlike the roads in Robert Frost's familiar poem, they are not equally fair. The road we have long been traveling is deceptively easy, a smooth superhighway on which we progress with great speed, but at its end lies disaster. The other fork of the road, the one less traveled by, offers our last, our only chance to reach a destination that assures the preservation of the earth," end quote. This year's recipient takes advocacy to new heights and is a very deserving honoree.
The Sally Ormsby Environmental Stewardship Award was established in recognition of Sally B. Ormsby's many years of service as a citizen steward. This award recognizes individuals and organizations whose actions embody the spirit and values of stewardship and result in tangible environmental benefits.
My name is Cathy Ledec, and I'm the president of the Friends of Huntley Meadows Park. I lead this inspirational group of enthusiastic and energetic citizens who are interested in the protection and conservation of the natural and historic resources here at Huntley Meadows Park. Our work focuses on a number of different areas, including public education and outreach, support for natural resources management, and assisting with scientific research projects, and lastly, advocacy. Just as some examples of some of the work that I've done here with regard to public education and outreach, the Friends of Huntley Meadows Park supports bringing students from Title I schools to the park for environmental education experiences. With regard to scientific research, I also worked with the staff here at Huntley Meadows to write a grant to secure acoustic monitoring equipment so that the highly skilled staff could monitor for the presence of certain indicator species, an important research study after the completion of the wetland restoration project a few years ago. With respect to advocacy, I'm very active in the advocacy arena, and a good example of that would be the removal of 2 paved bicycle trails that were proposed to go through Huntley Meadows Park. We knew that those bicycle trails, if constructed, would significantly harm resources. So we worked through the county process to remove those bicycle trails from the county plans. I'm thrilled, honored, and humbled to receive this award. I would not be successful without the members and friends of Huntley Meadows Park who rally around us when we need them to protect the natural and historic resources here.
Thank you. I am thrilled, honored, and humbled to receive this award. Thank you to the Fairfax County Park Authority Board for recognizing my work on behalf of Huntley Meadows and all parks, open spaces, and natural areas in Fairfax County. Thanks especially to the Board of Directors and members of both the Friends of Huntley Meadows Park and the Friends of Historic Huntley for all of the work you do to protect these very special places. Your work inspires me to do even more where possible. If you are not a member of the Friends of Huntley Meadows Park, I invite you to join us. Our voices in protecting our parks are stronger together. I invite all of you listening today to visit Huntley Meadows Park. Every day, nature brings us something new to see and experience. Every season brings a different scenic vista to enjoy. The forest, the meadows, the wetlands, and the wildlife at Huntley Meadows are absolutely spectacular. We are so lucky to live in Fairfax County, where we have great parks to enjoy. In my humble opinion, volunteers rock. Please consider joining our team or a volunteer team for your favorite park. Thank you again for this award.
Thank you very much, Cathy. And now, without further ado, it is my great pleasure to welcome our keynote speaker. As the Lee District Park Board representative, I got the chance to work with Jeff and his staff regularly, just as I do now with Supervisor Rodney Lusk. And I can attest to the fact that Jeff McKay and his support and affection for our parks is beyond measure. Chairman McKay is a lifelong Fairfax County resident, born and raised on the historic Route 1 corridor. He was educated in local schools and earned a BS in public administration from James Madison University and a graduate of the Sorensen Institute of Political Leadership at the University of Virginia. In Fairfax County, Jeff first served as then Supervisor Dana Kaufman's Chief of Staff for more than a decade before running and winning the election as Lee District Supervisor in November 2007. Jeff has been a champion for equity, education, affordable housing, transportation, revitalization, and the environment in Fairfax County. Please welcome our Board of Supervisor Chairman, Jeff McKay.
Good evening, and thank you for asking me to be a part of the 2020 virtual Elly Doyle Park Service Awards program. It is a pleasure to join this celebration. To say that 2020 has been a challenging year would be a tremendous understatement. We have been tested personally, professionally, and as a society. We must continue to care for each other, take appropriate safety precautions, and as individuals, take the steps we can to make the world a little better. Volunteers do all of these things. Former UN Secretary General Kofi Annan noted, "If our hopes of building a better and safer world for all are to become more than wishful thinking, we will need the engagement of volunteers more than ever." Volunteers build better and safer worlds. I am very proud that in times of trouble, Fairfax County residents come together, support each other, and offer a helping hand. Local government has risen to the occasion, and I can point to the Park Authority and say without equivocation that this organization has risen to overcome the challenges we face. So much has happened since the pandemic struck. Parks that were closed for public safety reasons have reopened. Classes have gone virtual. Swim teams and those who love to exercise in our pools and rec centers have safely returned. In many ways, parks have never been so important to the livelihood of our residents. The significant increase in park usage this summer is proof of our love for Fairfax County parks. Our success is built on innovation, understanding, and the dogged determination that lifts us above our circumstance day after day. Volunteers embody that determination. Even tonight, as we virtually acknowledge the work of volunteers and philanthropists, we see in them the evidence of going that extra mile to keep parks moving forward. Saying thank you is timeless and so very important. So let me say for the record, thank you for your volunteer service. The late Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg advised new lawyers to consider the virtue of volunteerism, saying, whatever community organization, whether it's a women's organization or fighting for racial justice, you will get satisfaction out of doing something to give back to the community that you never get in any other way. In Fairfax County, our residents are committed to giving back. As volunteers, you complement the work of park professionals and help in countless ways. Now more than ever, your effort is critical to our community's success. So please, stay the course, keep coming out to clean parks, to assist golfers, to teach citizen stewards, and to clear away invasive plants. Support the Park Foundation's work to fund scholarships and to provide free concerts. Take part in our park planning initiatives. As a volunteer, you are the key to improve quality of life, improve fitness, and a more beautiful and healthy environment. That's what volunteers do. Thank you.
The Park Authority depends on the services of volunteers. Without these individuals, who collectively provide nearly 200,000 hours of service annually, we could not do the wonderful things we do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tonight's virtual honors recognize the giving and dedication from the past year. In a very challenging year, we also wish to recognize their continued service despite the pandemic. No words can adequately capture the appreciation we feel to those brave volunteers who have returned and continue to give. We cannot imagine our sites and programs and system-wide efforts without you. Comedian Lily Tomlin wrote, "I always wondered why somebody didn't do something about that. Then I realized I was somebody." We are blessed by the thousands of volunteer somebodies who give so much to the Fairfax County Park Authority. This year's outstanding volunteers represent diverse park sites, skill sets, and areas of interest. Each in their own way are invaluable. These honorees were selected by their peers and represent the best of the best. Let's meet them. Debbie Berry has endeared herself to staff and patrons alike as a front desk associate at Providence Rec Center. With a friendly and easygoing demeanor, she has picked up any task and every role with ease and even helped to train other volunteers. Her can-do attitude is contagious. Ronald Ronnie Bilodeau treats customers and staff like friends and family as he drives the wagon and provides popular rides for the public, school groups, and special events at Frying Pan Farm Park. He is dependable and goes above and beyond his regular duties, including leading a team of volunteers to rebuild picnic tables at the park. Roberta Booker consistently provides an excellent customer service experience with her warm personality and ability to answer myriad questions at the Visitor Center at Huntley Meadows Park. She is an incredibly approachable person and attends extra trainings at Huntley to enrich her knowledge of the park. Alison Carnathan's interest in history led her to Sully Historic Site, where she started giving tours of the historic house and sharing her knowledge of its past. She works with all ages with a smile on her face and helps wherever needed, including with scout programs and at numerous special events. Lisa Dickenson is a reliable, friendly, and hard-working volunteer who willingly participates in all aspects of gardening and landscaping tasks at Oakmar Rec Center, regardless of the heat, humidity, rain, or freezing temperatures. She shows up with a smile, ready for whatever the task of the day may be. Bob Dinse has dramatically improved the trails at Hidden Oaks Nature Center, dealing with erosion issues, improving safety, and creating fair weather crossings. He has monitored Eagle Scout projects, works with Fairfax master naturalists on group projects, and leads budding environmentalists on 7th grade field trips. Lena Lofashur, before returning to her native Sweden, enriched and improved the quality of Spring Hill Rec Center's volunteer program through her kind spirit and strong work ethic in a variety of roles. She was named Spring Hill's Most Outstanding Volunteer of the Year while balancing college and a full-time job. Sara Holtz works with the Invasive Management Area Program to recruit and supervise volunteers, provide educational outreach, remove invasive plants, restore native plantings, and monitor sites. As site leader at Difficult Run Stream Valley Park, she also works with scout groups on habitat restoration projects. Karen Hunter works the first shift on the front desk at Cub Run and is always cheerful and helpful to all who enter the rec center during those early hours of the day. She is knowledgeable about all aspects of the rec center and is willing to help wherever there is a need and go above and beyond her front desk duties. Mary Alice Huybrechts has spent many years on gardening tasks at Greenspring, such as weeding, mulching, planting, and plant propagation. When Greenspring was short on staff and garden volunteers over the winter, she came in regularly to tend 2 greenhouses of plants to save them from neglect. Janet Yeager has volunteered for a host of duties at Lee District Rec Center, and the wealth of knowledge she has gained from these activities benefits customers who stop by the front desk. She often steps up to fill open volunteer shifts and has helped with everything from the carousel to bike to work day. Richard Langeth has been a reliable and knowledgeable volunteer at Twin Lakes Golf Course for more than 20 years. As the play manager, he supervises volunteers and can be found all around the course, assessing conditions and speed of play and assisting golfers as needed. He is a great asset to course operations. Johnny T. Lopez is a frontline superstar on the front desk at South Run Rec Center. His knowledge of the facility has enabled him to significantly add to customer satisfaction. Lopez also gives freely of his time to help Eagle Scout candidates on projects that benefit all who enjoy South Run's forests. Ron Pickett manages chaos as a starter at Laurel Hill Golf Club, getting golfers on the course with pertinent information for the day. He goes above and beyond as a volunteer, helping out on days off, cleaning trash, fixing carts, and assisting with everything he can. The golf club is the better for it. Peggy Plunkett can be found assisting customers at the front desk at the Audrey Moore Rec Center, working the Audrey Moore Farmers Market, and walking the trails around the rec center. She's described as a rock at the facility who is incredibly helpful to both staff and visitors. Savannah Purdy started as preschool program helper at age 11 at Hidden Pond Nature Center and now has taken on animal care duties as well. With her kind demeanor, she has helped first-time participants feel more at ease in programs, and she is eager to share her animal knowledge with visitors of all ages. Robert Tim Snore has been improving the lives of individuals with disabilities as an adapted aquatics volunteer for 10 years at Spring Hill Rec Center. He supports adults who have been disabled and are relearning how to walk, gain strength, and improve their mobility in the pool. Tony L. Williams provides a safe, comfortable, and effective learning experience for his martial arts students at Mount Vernon Rec Center and assures that no student is left behind. Staff feel incredibly lucky to have Williams as a volunteer, and his students truly benefit from his selfless time. Justinian Just Wright, delights staff with his beautiful singing and play on the words to keep the workload light and pleasant at Eleanor C. Lawrence Park. As an environmental resource volunteer, he can be found helping with gardening and landscaping, lawn maintenance and trail restoration, and removing invasive plants. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the outstanding volunteers of 2020. Congratulations to all of them. Be well, stay safe.
Thank you very much for the nomination and the selection as the outstanding volunteer at Frying Pan Park.
Hello, thank you very much for this award.
Thank you, Sully Historic Site. I really enjoy sharing history with those around me, and I hope I help bring it alive.
But Hidden Oaks by far is a big family.
Truly honored and humbled to be the outstanding volunteer from Cabaret Rec Center this year.
Thank you very much. It's such an honor and such a pleasure.
It's quite an honor to be named a volunteer at Twin Lakes. They have a lot of good people working there.
And a special thank you to everyone at Spring Hill Recreation Center.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Come out and visit us at Laurel Hill Golf Course.
Thank you very much. This is greatly appreciated.
My thanks to all the South Run staff and folks that chose to nominate me here.
Thank you all so much.
I get to teach other kids about reptiles and have them not be scared of reptiles like some people are. And that's just really nice to see, seeing as I really love reptiles and that's just my passion.
Well, thanks very much.
I really enjoyed being a volunteer and I love meeting all the people and I hope to see a lot of you again real soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all so much.
Our next speaker is Park Authority Executive Director Kirk Kincannon. He brings warmth and expertise to all who work with him. Remarkable things continue to happen during his tenure. And even as we grapple with the impacts of COVID-19, he stands tall in the face of adversity and reminds all of us that this is a marathon, not a sprint. Prior to his tenure with the Park Authority, he was the Director of Parks and Recreation for the City of Boulder in Colorado, Director and Deputy Director of Recreation, Parks, and Cultural Activities for the City of Alexandria in Virginia, and Director of Parks and Recreation for Wyeth County, Virginia. He has more than 40 years in the recreation and parks profession and is well known by his colleagues for his collaboration, leadership, and his ability to engage with staff, colleagues, the community, and political leaders. Please welcome Director Kirk Kincannon.
Good evening, and thank you for joining our virtual celebration. Please make yourself comfortable, grab some snacks and a drink, and let's get rolling. Although the format has changed, one thing has not changed. There are lots of awards to give out, and despite our best efforts, that takes some time. Since tonight is all about sharing our appreciation, I want to start by thanking our Park Authority Chair and co-chairs, as well as former awards chair, Dr. Cynthia Carter, Ron Kendall, and Maggie Godbold. Thank you for your contributions. To the Park Foundation, as well as Park Foundation Executive Director, Roberta Longworth, another thank you. Most of all, I want to thank all the pros over here in the Park Authority and at Channel 16 that helped us continue this wonderful tradition and work so incredibly hard to meet our needs. They recognize that now more than ever, a bit of normalcy, a kind word and encouragement helps us to keep moving and it makes us feel vital as we move forward. These professionals dug very deep and threw all of their ideas into the pot, and tonight's program reflects those good works. Thank you all so very much. And it's not often that a year comes with its own vocabulary list. And fortunately, there aren't many that need one. This year, our conversations were filled with words like pandemic, coronavirus, COVID-19, COVID-15, masks, social distancing, quarantine, virtual, and our favorite, Zoom. Tonight, we promise to unmute and roll out a much nicer list. Dedicated, responsible, dependable, caring, creative, flexible, resourceful, inclusive, inviting, inspiring, smart, skilled, and invaluable. And our word for tonight, volunteer. Writer Claire Cook once said, if plan A doesn't work, The alphabet has 25 more letters, 204 if you're in Japan. Well, we couldn't travel to Japan this year, so we had to make do with plans A to Z. And we worked our way through quite a few of those letters. As pandemic dashboards and health guidelines changed from week to week and even day to day, our plans had to change along with them. We walked the high wire between trying to meet the public's needs and finding ways to meet those needs safely. We worked hard as a team to help flatten the curve. We were proud to know that our volunteers were standing ready to help us each step of the way. I know for many of you, the decision to return was difficult. Despite our best efforts, these are definitely perilous times. Your continued dedication has not gone unnoticed, and we depend on you now more than ever. I ask you to stay the course, let us know your needs, and keep making this the best park system in the nation. I wish there were a crystal ball where I could gaze into it, we could all gaze into it, and find the answers we need that would bring us back together in person. I am so proud of how much we have accomplished together over the past year, even as our lives have been turned upside down. We kept the public safe and did our part to flatten the curve. Through social distancing, mask wearing, and ingenuity, we created a new sense of purpose. Rec centers are open, as well as golf courses, and to the extent possible, we have restored limited programming, either outside or virtually. We learned how to meet online, we stitched face masks by the thousands, and we scoured the supply chain for personal protective equipment, just like everyone else. Watching you and our staff figure it all out and make it all work has been truly inspiring. Volunteers have always played a vital and critical role in our success in the Park Authority. And now more than ever, as Thanksgiving approaches, it is appropriate that we say a simple thank you and acknowledge again your service to your community and our community. In the words of former President Jimmy Carter, we become not a melting pot, but a beautiful mosaic, different people, different beliefs, different yearnings, and different hopes, and different dreams. Please take care of yourself and those that you love. Thank you.
Our next awards are presented by the Fairfax County Park Foundation. The foundation is a proud co-sponsor of tonight's awards and a contributing partner to the Park Authority, attracting more than $11 million to date in support of Fairfax County Park outreach programs, facility improvements, and events such as this one. We are lucky to have these resources available under the leadership of Park Foundation Board Chair Michael Galliot, who works with dedicated volunteer board directors and a lean staff, including Margaret Paxton, Brooke Nielsen, and Executive Director Bobby Longworth. The Park Foundation is, in the most literal way, built upon the largesse of people. People who had the foresight and the ability to understand that providing a vehicle for giving through philanthropy could meet today's needs as well as the needs of the future. American author Albert Pike wrote, "What we have done for ourselves alone dies with us. What we have done for others and the world remains and is immortal." Tonight's presenters come from a family of philanthropists who are donors themselves. They have also given freely of their time and expertise over the years. Laura served as a director on the very first Park Foundation board from 2001 to 2004 and returned to the board this year. She began a tradition of board service, followed by her father, John, who served for 3 terms, and her cousin, Tim. Please welcome Laura Aiken-Ehrlacher and Tim Aiken-Walsh.
Good evening, and thank you for making me a part of this grand celebration. Admittedly, it's a bit different doing this virtually, but regardless of the platform, our intentions remain the same: to continue to recognize and encourage philanthropic activities that support the Park Authority. This year's virtual ceremony is also allowing for other Aiken family members from outside the area to join us. Thanks to Leroy Aiken Sr., our Daddy Roy, the family provided a great example with the provision of more than 250 acres that became some of the first parcels of land that form this expansive park system. The beauty, of course, in giving is that you get so much more in return. An anonymous writer noted, "If we don't transform the world, who will? If not now, when?" It is my pleasure to join Cousin Tim tonight as we honor these outstanding recipients of the Park Foundation's Aiken Philanthropy Awards. Tim?
Hey, thank you, Laura, and it's great to be here with you tonight virtually. And it's always a great honor to continue the family tradition and a pleasure to congratulate this year's award recipients. Even during difficult times, each of us have the capacity in large and small ways to make an important difference. In the Aiken family, we give back to our community and through the Park Foundation, where we share in the development of our parks. This continues as an example with my mother, Betsy Walsh, who included a special Legacy Circle gift to the Park Foundation in her will. With the Aiken Philanthropy Awards, we can recognize those who share our vision and provide financial and material contributions for the county parks. Tonight, we recognize donors who inspire others through their generosity. Thankfully, the Park Foundation receives contributions from other foundations, organizations, and many individuals each year. We appreciate every single contribution and thank all who have given. While we are grateful to those who do donate to us and have in the past, some of these contributions are definitely worthy of special recognition. The Aiken Philanthropy Awards for 2020 represent those who have gone above and beyond and are no exception to the tradition of excellence. And here are their stories.
The Aiken Philanthropy Award was named in honor of the Aiken family, donors of the first parcels of parkland to the Park Authority more than 50 years ago. The annual award recognizes individuals and organizations whose financial or in-kind contributions have significantly enhanced Fairfax County parks through the foundation.
I'm Peggy Fox, the Media and Community Relations Manager for Northern Virginia for Dominion Energy. Dominion Energy is a proud contributor to the Fairfax County Park Foundation. Over the years, we have contributed to numerous projects like Spring Fest and the Summer Concert Series. That is one of my favorite. It's a great way to get out with your friends and neighbors, enjoy some live music in one of our fabulous parks across the county. We've also supported the Lake Fairfax Bridge and Trail Project. And this is great because it connects the local community here to this fabulous park, Lake Fairfax Park. It's just one of the wonderful resources the Park Authority has here in Fairfax County. Dominion Energy's mission is to supply safe, reliable energy to our customers. So we are committed to protecting the environment and committed to projects that improve our surroundings, improve the place where we live. And that's why we are so happy to receive the Aiken Philanthropy Award, because it really sort of highlights our commitment to the environment.
We are so appreciative to receive and accept the 2020 Aiken Philanthropy Award. You know, I'm from Fairfax County and grew up here and have probably been to most of the parks, and they are so beautiful. There are so many of them. I think people really take them for granted and don't realize how much goes into it and how much they improve the quality of life for everyone.
Dominion Energy began our partnership with the Fairfax County Park Foundation nearly 25 years ago, and we are so excited to continue that today and continue to work to support the Summer Concert Series, the Spring Fest event, and some volunteer projects so important to the area, and just reinforces Dominion Energy's commitment to the environment, which is one of the pillars, 4 pillars of the Dominion Energy Charitable Foundation.
We're also committed to protecting the environment, and that's another reason that we love supporting the Fairfax County Park Authority and Foundation.
As members of the community, we offer our heartfelt thanks to the Fairfax Park Authority for your commitment to an enduring park system that gives us beautiful spaces and a healthy environment. So thank you for recognizing Dominion Energy's commitment to the environment.
We are Hwang's family. My wife is Hwang, and my daughter is Jennifer Hwang. We've been supporting the Park Foundation about 10 years. So program we support including the U.S. Amateur Golf Tournament and summer concert in Fairfax County elites. Also including a Wounded Warrior Humber Classic Tournament, which is a golf tournament.
We also support RecPac, and it aims to give scholarships to low-income students so that they can go to summer camps in our beautiful parks.
We all three of us love being outdoor, and I thought it's nice to share this joy with the people who may not able to, enjoy, especially for the little children during the summer.
We're honored as a family to receive this award because my mom and I weren't expecting to be included, but I think my dad included us because he really appreciates the support, I guess, that we gave him. And we all really love going to the parks together. And so whenever we see other families taking advantage of the parks, I think it's a really nice feeling to be able to see them enjoying the outdoors as well.
I'd like to thank you to the Aiken family and the Fairfax County Park Foundation for their service and dedication. It will go on for the future for beauty of nature and the park. Thank you.
I also wanted to say thank you and to just say that it's been an honor for my mother and I to support my father in his work, and that we hope that everyone is well and staying healthy.
We didn't expect this award at all, but through this experience getting the award, I feel like we are connected to the Mr. Aikens and his family of the spirit of the nature, loving nature, and so we all can share. And I'd also like to thank Fairfax County Park Foundation members and staffs for their hard work so we all can enjoy this beautiful park safely. Thank you again.
Trinity Center and I-66 Express Mobility Partners are being honored with the 2020 Aiken Philanthropy Award for their commitment to co-sponsor the Park Authority's Starlight Cinema Summer Entertainment Series. This partnership has contributed more than $170,000 to the popular drive-in movie series. Trinity Center has supported Starlight Cinema and the Park Foundation since 2005, with donations totaling more than $115,000. I-66 Express Mobility Partners has been a significant supporter, investing in Fairfax County today to keep us moving forward into the future through the Transform 66 Outside the Beltway's mega project.
We've been working very closely with the team here at EC Lawrence Park as we've delivered improvements which include the expanded parking, the new park entrance, and the shared use path. The pathway will be connected to the existing and to the proposed future trails as a broader network that will provide additional access to parks throughout the Fairfax County area. We also sponsor the Starlight Cinema series. We find it's a great way to not only support the Parks Foundation, but also to provide additional information as to where local residents can go to find more information and updates about the I-66 project.
Congratulations to Trinity Center and I-66 Express Mobility Partners for being honored with the 2020 Aiken Philanthropy Award.
Good evening, I'm Kathleen Boxall. Cushman and Wakefield is honored to accept this award on behalf of the ownership here at Trinity Center. We're so pleased to be able to bring Starlight Cinema to the community each summer. It has become a tradition for our team to provide this venue and support the efforts of the Park Authority so that together we can offer a truly family-friendly event that has grown in popularity over the last 15 years. Thank you so much for this recognition. We look forward to bringing Starlight Cinema back to our campus again next August. Our team will be ready and we'll see you at the movies. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Chris Doherty with I-66 Express Mobility Partners. We are honored and humbled to be one of the recipients of this year's Aiken Award. A few years ago, we first got involved with the Parks Foundation when we did an employee volunteer event out at Cub Run Rec Center. Since then, we've been thrilled to be the sponsor of the Starlight Cinema series at the Trinity Center. You may know us as the company that's rebuilding I-66 from the Beltway to Gainesville. One of the most important parts of our project is building over 11 miles of shared use path that'll connect Fairfax parks and communities throughout the I-66 corridor, creating a new way for people to access and enjoy all that our county's parks have to offer. So congratulations to all of the other award winners this evening and to the foundation for all the great work it's doing for our community.
My name is Hugh Morrow. I am the president of the Friends of Riverbend Park. Over the last 5 years, we have done a number of projects in support of Riverbend Park, and some of these main highlights include the forest restoration projects, the Title I scholarships, which we offer to school children who come to visit the park, support of material and equipment such as canoes. We have also underwritten some of the expenses of Riverbend Park's Native American Festival, which they hold every September, and their Bluebell Festival, which they hold every April. And in general, over our last 21 years of existence, we have supported the needs and the programs of Riverbend Park. We are really honored to receive this award because it means so much to so many members, past and present, so many individuals who have worked for so many years to support the park, to support the viability of the park, to make sure that it continues in its present form. And we are really honored that all of our efforts are being recognized. On behalf of the Friends of Riverbend Park and its many members and donors, I accept this Aiken Philanthropy Award from the Fairfax County Park Foundation. In particular, we would like to accept this award on behalf of two members of the Riverbend Park family who have recently passed away during October. Cathy Mays was our founder and first president, and Heather May Shockey Barrett was a lead naturalist on the Riverbend Park staff. Both died recently and contributed much to the welfare of Riverbend Park. We accept this award in memory of these two individuals. Thank you.
We return now to our roots, so to speak. The next set of awards come from where this program began long before the Park Foundation existed, long before we took the time to recognize volunteers at our sites, and even before the Park Board selected special recipients for unique recognition. We thank you for your attention and offer up our Elly Doyle Youth Awards, special recognition designees, and the 3 2020 Elly Doyle winners. We had a wonderful group of nominees, and it is heartwarming to see the breadth and depth by which these incredible individuals give us so selflessly to the Park Authority. Let's begin.
The Elly Doyle Park Service Award was established in honor of Ella Mae Doyle's many years of service and accomplishments as a member and chairman of the Park Authority Board. The county's park system expanded and thrived during her tenure with the addition of significant open space, construction of new recreational facilities, and a commitment to preservation of natural and cultural resources in Fairfax County.
My name is Josh Morrisson, and I'm a volunteer at the Hidden Pond, and my activities that I complete here would be going out to get insects and bugs to feed the animals.
There's centipedes and millipedes, cliff beetles and patent leather beetles, and even worms and snails.
We do nature hikes and pond netting, and we also help out at birthday parties to make sure kids can learn about animals and also pet them. I come to the nature center and I normally go to their tanks and I change their water bowls. So I go in there, open up the tank, I'll change their water so they can have drinking water, and sometimes I like to bathe in it. Then if we don't have insects or bugs here, we would go out and look for some, come back and feed all the animals and make sure they're all healthy and well fed. And then we normally just get them out of their tank so they can walk around for a bit sometimes. My favorite activity would be fishing, because you get to go to the pond and use a net or a rod to catch different fish of different sizes. You might be able to catch a turtle, and all the fish that we get either go to the animals to eat, or we just put them in a tank to save them for a couple of days later. I'm honored to receive this award because it's always been my dream to work with animals, and I've proven to myself that I can be a really good volunteer to the nature center and also to the animals. Thank you, Mike and Hidden Pond Nature Center, for nominating me for the Elly Doyle Park Service Award. It's an honor receiving this award. I love Hidden Pond Nature Center, and I love the people there, and I love meeting new people and teaching them about new animals. Whenever I go to Hidden Pond, I always learn new things, and I love getting the animals out of their tanks and get them moving and watching them eat, because watching nature is really, really awesome. So I just want to say thank you, Mike, for nominating me for this award. It's a pleasure.
The Birds and Bees Engineers is something that we thought of recently. There are 3 parts to it: the bees and the beehives, then the bluebirds, and then the purple martin colonies. The Bluebird program purpose is to encourage the population of bluebirds because they were in danger of extinction back in the 1970s. There was a national movement started to build bluebird houses to encourage their occupying and increase, and now the houses are practically the only nesting place that the bluebirds have. The space-age type of purple martin houses that we have are actually patterned after gourds that the Native Americans used to establish in their yards to encourage the purple martins to come in. And during the season, we monitor them each week. And once a complete brood fledges, we clean out the house and get it ready for the next occupant. And the honeybee yard is to encourage pollination, and pollination affects the trees and flowers that we so enjoy. I think it's a great opportunity to educate the general public about nature, and we think that we're contributing to the education of birds and bees in the community.
I'm Joe Gorney. On behalf of our team, thank you for this recognition. Twin Lakes is 350 acres with 2 18-hole golf courses and loads of potential. Scott Ham, the manager, recognized that and enlisted the support of a somewhat suspicious Bill White, who got to work on the first effort of Bluebird Trail. Twin Lakes now has 35 nest boxes, all built by Bill. Cindy Sears, Alexis, and Paul Slobotnik, Bill, and I make the rounds to check those boxes. But then Scott figured other birds needed better accommodations. Soon Mike Bishop entered the picture. Twin Lakes now boast 4 complexes of purple martin houses, which he, Paul, and Alexis check. Having provided for the birds, Alexis and Paul created a bee yard in a corner of the course and have since shared their sweet bounty with staff and volunteers. As we speak, we're creating a plan to battle the invasives and replace them with natives, including improving things for all the fauna, including golfers that make their home on the course. It's exciting to connect people to the landscape. It's a work in progress, but we're happy to help. We'll keep watching out for golf balls and do our best to build a piece of the community that we can all be proud of. Thank you.
That is a beauty. We have such wonderful green heron in this park. This marsh is filled with frogs everywhere. Oh, there's the hummer on the cardinal flower. He's right there now. My name's Jane Gamble, and I'm a volunteer wildlife photographer for Fairfax County Park Authority. Basically, in my job, I go out to the parks and I photograph everything and anything that's interesting. Then I submit the photos to their social media department, and they use them in whatever way they see fit, in their Instagram feed or their Facebook feed. Whatever they can use my photos for to educate the public, they do. Huntley Meadows is a particular favorite. This park, they call it the jewel in the Fairfax County parks, and it's more than a jewel. The ecological diversity in this park is remarkable, and people will travel from hours away to come down here to photograph the wildlife that they can find. Oh, here is a sweet little mallard. Oh my Lord, in perfect light. She is absolutely delightful. We can get remarkable photos here that you couldn't get in other places. I've traveled all around the world for my work and to do photography on the side, and I can tell you this is one of the finest places to find wildlife and to photograph wildlife. I'd like to think that my photography, number one, shows people what's out here in the park, what they could hope to encounter when they come out into the park. But number two, I hope that through my lens, I'm capturing some of the wonder and the joy of these wild creatures. And I hope that in looking at my photographs, people think to themselves, yeah, this is worth protecting, this is worth defending. Our parks are important in protecting and preserving them. It gives these creatures a place to live, and it gives us a place to encounter them safely. I'm very honored to receive this award because there's so many volunteers who do so much. To be singled out is truly special to me. And it's also special to me because these parks are so special to me. They give me so much, and I'm very delighted to be able to give back in a small way.
Hi, my name is Jane Gamble, and I'd like to thank the Fairfax County Park Authority for honoring me with the Elly Doyle Special Recognition Award for my wildlife photography. It's a great joy for me to be able to share my photographs with our community as a way to showcase the wonder and diversity that's out there. I know there's a lot of volunteers who do a lot for the parks, so to be singled out in this way means quite a lot to me. I'd also just like to thank Fairfax County for the protection and preservation that they afford to the wildlife who shares this world with us. It means a lot to me, and I want to say thank you again. Bye-bye.
My name is Sara Holtz. I'm a volunteer for Fairfax County Park Authority Invasive Management Area IMA program, and I'm the site leader for Difficult Run Stream Valley Park in Oakton. So on work days, volunteers arrive. I start by educating people about invasive plants and about why it's so important to remove them, and the idea of even removing them on your own property, because we can all make a difference not only in the parks but on our property. Then we talk a little bit about the importance of native plants and how they can support local wildlife. And then we go out onto the actual site. We walk down and I'll point out the different plants that we'll be removing that day, those invasive plants. Some Japanese silkgrass. This is an invasive plant, so it's very easy to pull. This is Mile-a-minute. You can tell by the triangular shape of the leaves. And I'll just point out while I'm standing here, this is a spice bush, which is a native plant, and it has a beautiful smell to it. We pull them, we put them in bags, and those bags then are carried to the road, and they're incinerated. So I work a lot with youth and scouts because I want to teach them about habitat restoration and about invasive plant removal, and I hope that they'll be environmental stewards, not only today, but in the future. I'm really honored because I love this park. I love working in the outdoors, and it's a great way to meet other people. I'd really like to thank the fellow volunteers. Without all of these amazing volunteers and staff, Fairfax County would not have an IMA program.
I'm incredibly honored. Thank you so much. This would not have been possible without IMA staff, volunteers, and fellow site leaders. Invasive plants are a huge threat in our area. Luckily, we can all be part of the solution by taking these 4 steps. Volunteer with IMA, remove invasive plants from your property, plant native plants in their place, and advocate for policies to ban the sale of invasive plants. Thanks again.
Thank you for calling Riverbend Park. This is Jean Ann. How can I help you? My name is Jean Ann Linney, and I am the front desk volunteer at Riverbend Park. As the front desk volunteer, I greet people who come to visit the park. Hello. Hi, welcome to Riverbend. I answer the phone, answer questions, and manage the gift shop. I was brand new to Riverbend Park, and many questions came to me as the front desk volunteer that I didn't have answers to. And I began to create my own little notebook or cheat sheets with answers to the questions. And after about 8 months, I was talking with Julie Gurney, who's our visitor services manager, and said to her, I thought it might be helpful if we had all this information in one place. So that's how the handbook came about. Yes, we do rent canoes and kayaks. The handbook is really helpful. When you have the handbook right there, you can flip to that page and have the information at your fingertips. We have single kayaks. I think it's important when someone calls that, you know, that you can help them. And so I never wanted to say, gee, I have no idea. I'd rather be able to give them some other point of reference or some other place to go. I'm very honored to receive this award because I know there are many, many, many volunteers in Fairfax County, and to be chosen as one of a small group who made some unique contribution is really very special to me, because to me that means that whatever I've done they see as important, valuable, and worthy of recognition, and that's very special to me.
Hello. My name is Elly Doyle. I'm a member of the Cabron Stream Valley Park volunteer team. I started by taking pictures in the Park of Wildlife, and as soon as I'm done with taking pictures, I always carry a garbage bag with me, and I spot garbage in certain areas. Tennis ball. Still full, this one. Oh man, this is nuts. And if there is any place I've spent a lot of time in, it's Cabron Stream Valley Park. It's a great location. My main goal is to inspire people, to make people see through my lens the beauty out there and get out to the park and maintain the park, really the cleanliness part of it, to help the wildlife that live here also. I have been aware of the fact that there is another parallel world to us, which is the wildlife world, and their well-being depends on our well-being. So the better they are, the better we are. I am honored to receive this award because I have been involved with the team, with the cleaning crew, to really take good care of the park and maintain it as clean as it could be. And it's really a great honor to me to be recognized for this. Hi, my name is Elly Doyle, and I am very honored to receive the Elly Doyle Park Services Award. It's been a great pleasure, and I really appreciate it. And I appreciate the fact that the park services do appreciate people like me. And I encourage everyone to contribute some of their time to help maintain the cleanliness of the parks. Thank you very much.
Yep. Okay. Same thing. Step, then drop the hand. My name is Tony Williams, and I am a volunteer at the Mount Vernon Rec Center. I am a martial arts instructor and have been at this particular center for approximately the last 8 years. The particular style of martial arts that we teach here is an Okinawan style known as Wei-Chi-Do. Wei-Chi-Do differs from a lot of other styles in that, first and foremost, we try to stay on our feet as long as we can. Our focus tends to be a little different than other styles in that we are not looking for the sport aspect of karate. We want to mine something deeper inside the individual. We want our practitioners to leave a little bit better than they came in that day. Hey! I am passionate about the martial arts because it is something that I have found that has helped me develop a great interest in life itself. I have been fortunate enough that I have come across fellow students that have a similar interest, and because of that, the class just works for both sides. And because of that, each one of us helps the rest of us become better at what we like doing. I am honored to receive this award because for me personally, it says that me and my students, we've done some good things. And because of them, I think that's the only reason that I'm receiving this award. So I'm grateful for both my students and to the staff of the Rec Center. Thank you very much for nominating me for this award. It means a great deal to me. It says that somewhere along the line, somebody appreciates me, but the appreciation goes both ways. I love my staff that I work with at Mount Vernon Rec, and without my students, this wouldn't be possible. So to both of those groups, I say thank you. Please know that you're greatly appreciated, and look forward to continuing this journey that we've begun. Thank you.
I'm Kitty O'Hara, and I'm a volunteer at Colvin Run Mill, have been since 2003 as a storekeeper and later as a docent, and most recently doing third grade classes for the school groups. And I joined the Friends of Colvin Run Mill about 14 years ago and became the treasurer there. I also work on the web page and getting the newsletter information out to the public. We've got the pulley here, got my handle. Well, because of the working with the third graders, I got interested in ways that they could do hands-on activities. And we used to have in the museum part, there was a model of a grain elevator that the kids that were doing a little tour in there could use, but it kept breaking. So we got thinking about how to replace that model. And as it turned out, basically, I knew the right person to ask, because the person I knew to ask knew all kinds of people in the museum world, and I was able to get in touch with somebody who put me in touch with the right person who had also already built mill models for other things. It took a little while, but we got a wonderful model that shows how a grain elevator works, how the Archimedean screw works to bring material back. So having that and having it available with a handle so the kids can turn it and see how it works will give them a much better opportunity of having an understanding of what's happening in those closed boxes in the mill. I'm honored to receive the Elly Doyle Award because it feels like a legacy here at Friends of Colvin Run Mill. A couple of my friends who were beginning charter members of the group have won the award in the past, and it feels like a real honor to follow in their footsteps.
Hi, I'm Leslie Painter. I'm a volunteer at Frying Pan Farm Park, and in addition, I serve on the board of directors as the secretary. I participate and support the park in both those duties, doing things from technology support to Sizzle newsletter publication to hosting events, cleanup tasks, you name it, I'm a hand ready to help. The Friends help host a variety of horse shows. I've secretaried the shows and managed them. I help the horse show participants, so being a ring steward or a jump setup, so whatever needs done, we can fill and serve that role. I think my favorite part about being a volunteer at Frying Pan, there's two parts to that. There's meeting people and hearing their stories and the meaning that the park has to them. And then there's the ability to engage with and support the farm animals. Stretch your stuff. Would you like to come over and say hi? I'm an animal lover. Being able to come in and help feed an animal or care for it, or just take it to an event so somebody else gets to meet it is very fulfilling. To get the award is an honor, but to have heard what people say and how my efforts, which I see as just things I like to do, how meaningful it is to them, and to know that that's appreciated. So thank you to everyone that helped make this award possible tonight, the park staff, the community, the Friends Board. I want you guys to know that I recognize your work and I appreciate all that you've done to make this award and the event happen. I'm also grateful for the attitudes and the positivity that the staff at Frying Pan have shown this year in particular, and let you know that that's what motivates me to support and volunteer at Frying Pan Farm Park. So thank you for allowing me to participate with you and for recognizing me with this wonderful award tonight.
My name is Carolyn Banks Summers, and I represent the Olander and Margaret Lomax Banks, a neighborhood park here in Franconia. I am a descendant of Mr. and Mrs. Banks. I am the 8th child out of 9. My father, Mr. Banks, was a very strong entrepreneur, and he also was very generous to communities and abroad. And his wife had passed 15 years into him making a decision of what he should do with his property. And he did not want to see the grounds be developed, so the decision was made that he made a partnership with the Fairfax County Park Authority to transition the property for a community park. So when his home was turning into the park, he wanted a very large structure that also had a picture of himself and his wife. And then also with the wording, it tells a story between a man and a wife, loving their family, building a peaceful oasis in the middle of Kingstown, and with his generosity, decided to have his home as a legacy for future generations to enjoy. I formed the Friends of Obie, and the Friends of Obie came along to support and the manpower, the implementation of events, and also together as a sense of community. I am honored today to receive the Elly Doyle Park Service Award because it was a personal goal. When my father won the award in 2001, I made up my mind. I wrote it on paper that one day I would receive the very same award. I knew that it was my torch to carry for the family with the Elly Doyle Park Service Award, and also it's my neighborhood, it's my community, it's where I grew up. It's, you know, my roots are pretty deep here.
Good evening. My name is Carolyn Banks Summers. Thank you for joining us for the Fairfax County Park Authority 2020 Elly Doyle Park Service Award. It is with a humble heart to be a recipient of the 2020 Elly Doyle. I give honor and respect to Dr. Cynthia Jacobs-Carter for her nomination, my husband Jose for his loyalty and support, and a standing ovation to all the friends in Obie for your commitment to the vision. Join us at our website at bankslegacy.org. See you at the park.
Wow, what an amazing evening it has been. I urge you to stand up and clap for all of our winners. You have been such a magnificent and patient audience. So why don't you stand up and give yourself a hand too? From the Park Board and Foundation Directors, I offer congratulations to all of our honorees and thank you to everyone who assisted in tonight's awards ceremony. I want to thank my co-presenters, my fellow board members, and the Park Foundation board and staff. I also want to thank the Park Authority team, the Public Information Office, Promotional Services, volunteer coordinators, Park Foundation staff, and many others who worked so hard to make this presentation possible. Virtual never looked better. Thanks in large measure to the communications specialist, Hannah Cross, and to the team at Channel 16, specifically Pam Gardner. And let's not forget to thank the chamber singers from Westfield High School who brought the gift of music to our gathering tonight. They were absolutely fantastic. And it's been a long evening. So let us close with best wishes now to you and yours for a happy holiday season and a bountiful Thanksgiving. Let's socially distance and keep washing our hands. Let's be safe. Wear a mask. Do it for you. Do it for your family. Do it for your friends. And do it for people that you don't even know. At this time of giving, be generous and be kind. Thank you and good night.